Well, we are just 4 days away from the official start of the Summer Olympics. This year's games are taking place in Paris. So to get us hyped up, we asked our friend and film buff, Kendra Ann Sherrill, to come in for a round of What You Watching. So Kendra Ann, my friend, I want you to transport me to France.
Yes.
What should I be watching this week to get prepared for the French experience?
Okay, well, I have quite a wide variety for you, depending on what you're feeling.
Okay.
So, for the kiddos and more of a family-friendly option, of course, I chose Ratatouille. It's a Pixar gem that really gives you the sights, smells, and tastes of Paris. It will really inspire maybe you to experiment in the kitchen. For those of you who haven't seen it, it's about a rat right there named Remy, who dreams of becoming a French chef. So he teams up with a human right there named Linguini and sort of puppeteers him into cooking all these amazing French dishes. So, yeah.
This is one of my favorite movies of all time, and it always makes me hungry despite the fact that there's a rat in the kitchen in this film. It's great. This next movie is actually one of my all-time favorite films ever. When I was a kid, I watched it all the time because of the fashions. And so this one's for the fashionista, right?
Yeah, and I actually picked it for you because I know you love vintage fashion like I do.
Yes.
So Funny Face is a 1957 musical starring Fred Astaire and Audrey Hepburn. And Fred Astaire plays a fashion photographer who discovers Audrey as a beauty, right?
Yes.
And whisks her away to Paris. And they have all these amazing photo shoots in front of these iconic Paris locations while she's wearing French couture. So yeah, it's a wonderful golden age Hollywood. If you love musicals and if you love fashion, I highly recommend Funny Face.
It's just a beautiful film overall. You got to get past some of the things that are very much like the time.
Things don't age well, but they're still pretty to look at.
They're still pretty to look at. All right, let's talk about the whimsical story of Amélie. It's a love. I've never seen Amélie.
Oh my gosh, I adore Amélie. So it's a 2001 film, so a little bit more modern, but it is very known for its, you can see use of unique color, lots of camera movements, a character breaking the fourth wall. And what's really cool about Amélie is they actually shot at over 80 locations throughout Paris. Wow. So you really get a glimpse of the city, and it's a fantastical feel-good film that also looks really good too.
I can't believe I've never seen this film.
I highly recommend it.
Watching it tonight with Grandma. Okay, for those French summer vibes, Monsieur Hulot's Holiday.
Yes. Okay, so this is a little obscure, but I love it. So it's by a famous director, Jacques Tati. It's kind of a screwball comedy where he plays this man who's just trying to have a peaceful vacation, but he keeps stumbling into all sorts of mischief. But I love it because it really gives you those French seaside 1950s vibe.
Oh, yes.
It takes place in this beautiful beach town, and so yeah, very silly, very nostalgic, and it will make you want to book a vacation ASAP.
In the south of France, I already do. That's so cute, though. See, I never have even heard of that movie, so thank you.
Yes.
All right, for the cinephiles, the introduction to French New Wave, Breathless. Okay.
Breathless. So, French New Wave cinema was a movement that was very kind of anti-filmmaking, so very experimental, low-budget, gritty. And Breathless is one of the famous films to come out of that, directed by a famous director, Godard. And what I love about Breathless is it actually, since it was so low budget and improv, they really shot it on the streets of Paris. So you can actually see people in the background, like staring at the camera,
like what's
looking
going
at
on?
The actors, being like, well, what the heck are they doing here? So you really get a good glimpse of 1960s Paris as it really was.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Okay. And a TV show for those who love a good heist, Lupin?
Yes, Lupin. So it's actually a modern show. It's on Netflix right now. There's 3 seasons. My husband and I love it. If you love a good heist, you'll love Lupin. So the main character, Hassan, you see him right here. He is a very big fan of this French literary character named Lupin, who is a gentleman thief. So all of his heists are very, classy. So there's a lot of disguises and gadgets and elaborate heists. And what's really cool is they actually filmed a big jewelry heist at the Louvre. They were able to get in there.
They were allowed to film there?
Yeah, so you really see all the inner workings of the corridors, and yeah, it's a really good.
I love a French gentleman thief.
Yes, of course.
I mean,
who doesn't?
I also love a lady who's from America and goes to Paris Paris.
I think I know who you're talking about.
This is my favorite show. This is what I'm bringing. Kendra Ann's bringing all the intelligent stuff.
No,
I'm like,
no.
have y'all seen Emily in Paris?
It's very fun.
I love this show.
Yeah, and a lot of her looks are actually inspired by Audrey Hepburn. So back to the,
Yes.
French couture.
She definitely has a very Audrey Hepburn quality with maybe a little bit more sass and just a little bit more new wave modern. But it's a very cute film. And I will say, when this first came out, and I started watching I read the description, I started watching it, I'm like, all right, I'm in my 40s. Do I really want to watch a 20-something go to Paris and, film? And you know what? Yes, the answer is yes, I did, and I do, and I enjoy it. It is cute, it is sweet. The characters are just really rich.
Yeah.
And the clothing it's like Sex and the City, where it was like aspirational clothing. Like,
yes.
Nobody is actually in their 20s walking around in Dior, but.
No, or can afford it, but we can dream.
One can dream. Oh my gosh, it's a pleasure to have you here.
Thanks for having me back.
I really think that this list is just so helpful for all of us to just really expand our minds to French film. So we are grateful for you, Kendra Ann.
Yeah, well, thanks, and I hope they enjoy the films.
Merci beaucoup.
Oh, oui.
And of course, don't miss the Paris Olympics right here on King 5. Our coverage starts this Friday, July 26th.